They say that if you persevere, you will win every battle. If you know yourself and know your enemy, and then fight, you will be able to win 100 battles. If this logic is followed, it would be obvious that when trying to cure cancer, you need to know what cancer cells are in order to beat cancer. If you fight cancer without knowing its characteristics, you will end up losing 100 times out of 100 fights. Because cancer knows my condition inside my body so well. Now let's learn about the characteristics of cancer and develop a strategy to fight it in the future. Cancer has 6 common characteristics. Cancer is said to be a cell with broken mitochondria. And on average, there are about 200 to 300 mitochondria in a cell. However, it is more abundant in cells that require a lot of energy, such as the liver, brain, and muscles. For example, the number of mitochondria in a single liver cell is said to be between 1,500 and 2,100. This means that even if some of the mitochondria in a cell are damaged, the rest can be normal. That is, even in cancer cells, the level of mitochondrial damage varies. Even if it is the same type of cancer in the same area, the level of mitochondrial damage is different. Therefore, it is advisable to understand that the 6 basic characteristics of cancer can also vary across a wide spectrum. The first of the 6 characteristics of cancer is that cancer can replicate indefinitely. Normal cells have a gene called telomeres, which shorten in length by half each time the cell divides. So after about 60 divisions, the telomeres disappear and the cells can no longer replicate. But cancer can continue to create telomeres and divide indefinitely. In this respect, cancer cells can be said to be like microorganisms. Second, cancer ignores anti-proliferative signals. Normal cells suppress proliferation in certain conditions while exchanging information with surrounding cells. However, cancer cells continue to proliferate on their own, ignoring the surrounding proliferation suppression signals. The third feature is that cancer cells produce their own growth signals. Cells need nutrients to grow, but they also need growth signals. Growth hormones and insulin-like growth factors act as growth signals, but cancer creates those signals on its own. The fourth is that it evades cell death signals. When normal cells are infected with viruses or other things, immune cells come and signal them to die. Then, the normal cells infected with the virus will be disintegrated and destroyed on their own. This is called programmed cell death or apoptosis. However, cancer cells ignore death signals from immune cells. The fifth is metastasis and invasion. In fact, the reason cancer is so feared by people is because it metastasizes to other tissues and gradually destroys the body's functions. The sixth is that cancer cells have low energy production efficiency, so they need a lot of nutrients in particular, which is why they dilate blood vessels. The English word for cancer etymology is cancer. This is because the blood vessels around the cancerous tumor spread out in all directions like crab legs. Along with the 6 characteristics discussed above, there is perhaps the most important characteristic. Cancer cells are cells with damaged mitochondria. Many diseases of the human body are closely related to energy metabolism, because all change and activity necessarily requires energy. If we look at our human society, it is energy that makes various activities possible. The core driving force behind the development of human civilization is the ability to use more efficient and powerful energy. That is, from the perspective of curing cancer, the energy perspective should be the key. Cancer is a cell in which mitochondria are damaged at various levels. Therefore, carbohydrate metabolism is the main energy generating process. Cancer cells have difficulty generating energy from lipids, so if you fast or follow a ketogenic diet, that changes the body's biochemical composition. Similar to fasting, cancer cells will naturally decrease. It's like a war. There are 2 ways to take down a castle. One is to attack directly with weapons, but there is also a way to quietly surround the castle and cut off food and water. Then, you can reduce the damage to your allies and safely capture the castle. When the tumor masses are deprived of nutrients, the tumors surrounding the tumor mass can die, transferring nutrients to the tumors inside. But eventually, the cancer will gradually get smaller and eventually disappear. Today we looked at the characteristics of cancer and why ketogenic diet and fasting help cure cancer. But the beneficial effects of the ketogenic diet we learned today are not limited to cancer treatment. The ketogenic diet has been reported to be remarkably effective in a variety of diseases. We will look into these one by one in the future along with the sources of scientific literature. Next time, we'll learn how to create a ketogenic diet that can help cure cancer. If you liked today's video, please subscribe and like it. Your interest is a great help in making better videos. Thank you so much.